everyone, and welcome. I'm Rozy.
And I'm Shorty.
And this is Skate Sunday. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, guys.
Man, Shorty, this has been such an amazing season.
It really has. I'm pretty blown away by the guests we have had.
Yeah, and, we are excited and, sad, but, fuck, we gotta fucking tell y'all something right now, okay? And just we're gonna take a break, okay? But, in a good way.
Yeah, it's just, holidays approaching, birthdays, things, trips going on. And we also want to work on the show. And we also want to make time to skate and work on some other content for you. So we'll be working hard on season 3, just like we did for season 2.
Yeah, I mean, basically what we have to tell y'all is that, this is our last episode of season 2.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out this whole time.
Yeah. And I hope you really love what we had to bring to the table. Like Shorty said, we're going to work on it, make it better, and, really put some love and care into it and come back strong for season 3. But don't worry, we will be posting, once a month. We got something real special that we're cooking up for October. We don't want to give too much away, but, we got a nice little spooky episode coming up. So stay tuned for that for Halloween.
Yeah, and just coming from a really genuine place, I think that our show is successful because we understand our needs and when we need to take a break and take a step back and reevaluate things. So thank you for being understanding about that. And, it's going to be hard to be away. I enjoy filming and meeting new people, but I think that, we need time to brainstorm and think and see what else we're going to do. We have so many ideas, but I think, we love you guys as listeners so much that we want to give you the best episodes possible. So that's what we're working on. We're not slacking.
Exactly.
Get off my back.
That's why y'all love it so much, is because we put so much fucking time, dedication, work.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Blood, sweat, and tears into it. So don't be sad. We're coming back. We're coming back, okay? It's just... we'll come back for some specials, maybe once a month. You'll see us. We ain't going nowhere. We're just taking a little break.
And in the meantime, go listen to the old episodes.
Exactly.
There's 22 of them now.
Yep. Tell your friends.
Go back and listen. You don't remember everything was said. Maybe you missed something.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to share it with your friends. Maybe you forgot to like one episode.
Yeah. Maybe you need to watch it instead of listen, or listen instead of watch, mix it up a little bit. I got new glasses. That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say.
New glasses. Still blind to the haters.
Oh my God. For real. Again, all jokes aside, thank y'all so much for watching, listening, sharing, and just really vibing with us. And, we can't wait to come back bigger and stronger for season 3. With all of that said, we're going to thank our sponsor.
Thank you to Tias for being our sponsor for this episode of Skate Sunday. As you know, they are a skate apparel brand. Go check out our interview with them. They explain their origin story. They got accessories, home goods, clothes.
Everything you need.
Aren't you going on a little excursion?
Oh, yes. So they have a skate camp. It's the East Coast Scramble. So it's a BIPOC focused skate camp, but if you don't identify as BIPOC, you still can come and join. But it's 3 days in Massachusetts. It's really fun. We're gonna do a skate park tour and s'mores, campfire, real just fun camp vibes. So if you want to come see me and come skate and come camp and just have a great time, it's the East Coast Scramble. Check out their Instagram at Tutias Skate on Instagram, or their website. So yeah. Check it out. Come see me. Come hang out. East Coast Scramble. You're probably wondering, or not, if you're listening, why I'm wearing I don't want to wear a backflip shirt. Dress. Because we got someone real special today, don't we?
We do. I've been very excited about this guest for a long time.
Who we got, Shorty?
Today we have Owie, who happens to be the founder of our very first sponsor for Skate Sunday, the owner, creator of Sunshine Skate.
Heck yeah. And we're so excited to talk to them and just get to know more about the brand and their skate journey and just them as a person, you know, a fellow Florida darling.
This is someone who I like have been following for so long, and I just always felt like, oh my God, we would totally be friends.
Of course,
like 100% we would be homies.
Be our
between
friend.
The style, the music taste, just like the humor. I think we'd be homies. So I'm gonna try and make Owie my homie today.
I think we are homies. I think we're settling it today. We're gonna cement it in today. We're locking it in today. That's our goal today.
Yeah.
So we're gonna welcome them in. Welcome to Skate Sunday.
Thank you for joining us.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. My name is Owie Go. My pronouns are she, they, and oh my gosh, why am I forgetting? What's my handle?
Catching lizards. Sunshine Skate. There we go.
I'm like, who am I? Yeah. Catching lizards or Sunshine Skate.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. We've had you on the list for quite some time. But we know you're very busy, so we appreciate your time today. Thanks for meeting with us.
Yeah.
Of course.
So you're running this whole business like solo dolo, like you're doing this by yourself. So can you but you also skate as well.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about your skate journey first?
So I started skating almost 5 years ago. In October, it'll be 5 years, specifically quad skating. And I got into it by just like rollerblading around my neighborhood. I got like really obsessed with exercise for like this weird moment of my life. And so I was like, oh, I guess I'll do rollerblading since I did that as a child. And so it kind of just became like this inside joke with me and my coworker, Pat. He was like, yeah, you're going to go blade. And I'm like, hell yeah, I am. I'm going to go fucking blade. And then like, he's like the most random person. He's like a DJ like EDM guy. He's really cool. But he was like, oh, you should check out this like roller skater. She like invented skates or like this brand of skates. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Kind of just like, didn't pay any mind to it. And then one day I actually looked into it and it's estrogen. And I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm fucking obsessed. And that's when I just started. Ever since then, I've been obsessed with quad skating. And yeah.
That's awesome. And I'm assuming that's what led you into your inspiration for your company.
Definitely, yeah. And growing up in Florida, it just seemed kind of like a really magical pairing, just like skating around Florida. That's where like Sunshine Skate, I know y'all know, but so many people don't know what Sunshine Skate means. And I'm like, the Sunshine State, like, come on, y'all. But yeah, that's where a lot of the inspiration came from.
Well, it's funny because I feel like our skate journey is kind of similar because I also like, I didn't know anything outside of like, I knew some people that did roller derby, but I didn't know that there was like street skating and park skating when it comes to quads. So when I saw the older videos of Estro in the street, and I was just like, I don't even think that like the video said estrogen back then. It still said Michelle Stylin on all of them.
Yeah.
And I was like, who the fuck is this? Like, this is so cool. And like the skates were so pretty. And then I saw the price and I was like, okay, maybe not yet, but I'm going to try it. And then I eventually got there. But I think that I found you when I was hanging out with Fran when she was still here. And she was doing the Catching Lizards challenge. So that's when I started following you. So for those that don't know, because that was kind of a while ago, do you want to tell us a little bit about the Catching Lizards?
Yeah. So it started off there. I was grieving a breakup and like all these changes happening in my life. So I just started distance skating. And so I started off, I was like, oh, I'm going to try 100 miles in a month and see if I can do that. And then I did. And then I was like, okay, I want to get 300 miles by the end of the year. And it was October to December. So I was just really cranking out mileage, just like my life depended on like distance skating. And I did it and it was amazing. And I thought like, man, this is so cool. Like at the time I was park skating too, but distance skating is so different just because it's the primal like basics, like the foundations of roller skating, and all you got to do is go forward and stop sometimes or fall on your ass. And so I was so thankful for that moment in my life, and I wanted to share that with other people. And I'd also felt like, man, we're all trying to do these like big ass fucking tricks. We're all trying to hit the algorithm. Like, what if we all just like skate, like go forward, you know? And then I was like, let's do 1,000 in a year. And I think the first year it was all Florida skaters. There was like 6 people that did it, and they were all from Florida. I think there may have been one from Chicago, but my memory is so bad. And yeah, and it's been this really, I don't want to say gentle, but this like quiet challenge going on in the background of skating. And I think it's really fun and cool and brings people kind of back to center.
I love that so much because I started in the pandemic. That's when I started skating. Seeing everyone doing these types of challenges and stuff. So I think it's so great. It was like, yeah, I could do that. I could go straight. Like I could go forward.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I could do and feel so good about, So I appreciate you for making that challenge.
Yeah, and I'm so appreciative of the people who did it and are doing it. I'm like, oh my God, so amazing.
Yeah, that was one of the first challenges I saw, and I think I tried it, but we all know I can't do challenges for nothing. I appreciate everybody that can do it. I can't do it.
Totally feel you.
I got the app, the like run tracker app that everybody has, and I would just skate like in our outdoor roller rink thing. And you know how it shows you the red line like of your trip?
Oh yeah.
Mine just looks like like it just looks all scribble scrabbled. So it's always so funny to look. And I'm like, oh man, I probably went so far. And it's like you did 1.5 miles.
Yeah. For 2 hours.
Yeah.
Going back to Sunshine Skate as a brand, I love the shirt so much, and it's so cool how like you see one and you know that it's a Sunshine Skate shirt at this point. Like it's such a specific style and humor behind it. So I'm just curious what the inspiration is for your designs.
So inspiration comes from everything, and I think a lot of my style and humor it comes from being online so much, and just like the way people talk and the way we communicate through memes and like really simple images with not a lot of words, but you understand the message. Like to me, I think that's brilliant and I love it. And so when I started Sunshine Skate, I'm the kind of person, I love to wear exactly what I'm feeling, what I'm about. I want people to know exactly who I am without talking to me, because I hate small talk. Like, like this is who I am and you're going to know. And so when I started skating, I really wanted to wear roller skate apparel that I was proud to wear. And there wasn't anything that really struck me because it was all kind of like groovy and retro and like good vibes only. And to me, that's part of it, but I thought of roller skating more as this really hardcore, grungy, like this mental and emotional and physical challenge. So I just felt like a lot of the art that was available wasn't like deep enough or didn't speak to my experience. So then I was just like, fuck it. I guess I'm just going to start making my own because I know how to screen print. So like, why not? And then eventually I think a lot of people started vibing with my style, and I got a lot of support, and I was able to incorporate more of my personality into my designs that weren't just roller skating, but that roller skaters could still identify with. And, I think we don't only skate, there are still so many aspects about ourselves that bring us to roller skating. And I feel like that's just all that sunshine skate is to me, is like I want to connect and make people feel nostalgic, or like they can relate, or they feel seen, or they understand, or that they belong somewhere. And that's really what all of my designs are. They're very sentimental.
They seem that way. They seem like straight from the heart, and the designs are so cute and funny. But I'm curious because you did this on your own by yourself.
Yeah.
And I dabble with screen printing and like t-shirts and stuff, but I'm extremely self-conscious about putting my work out there. Like I will post like buy my stuff and then like delete it a week later.
Totally.
But you know, it's just really hard to put yourself out there. So I'm just curious like what the beginning was like, and like, you know, it for me it feels like a lot of trial and error and frustration. So how do you get to the point where it's just like a flow and consistent the way you at least make it seem?
So when I started, this was 2018 when I started making roller skate designs, and my first design was roller skates with flowers. Roller skates with flowers. Like I feel like, you know, that's like the quintessential imagery of roller skating. And so I had learned how to screen print in my senior year of high school. My boyfriend at the time was in a band, and we made them band merch, and then like it just became a skill that I had. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, I know how to screen print. Let's see if I can still do it. Made the skate design, and then went to Moxie Skate Camp in 2018, and I was decked out in my own merch, and I was nobody, you know, I was just like, I couldn't even fucking skate. I couldn't drop in, like, you know, I was like 6 months into skating, and yeah, I was like, you know, just like walking around, making sure people were like looking at my stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, it's so weird that I have an extra patch in my backpack that you can have. And I was just like giving them to also the coaches, and I gave one to Michelle. And, you know, I was very adamant about people having my art. And so I think at that time, like that's what really put me like kind of on the ground. And also it was just such a small roller skating community at the time that if someone's making something and one other person has it, everybody knows, you know, it's just literally, it's so small. And then eventually, you know, I was like, okay, well, what about this ramp design? You guys like my ramp design? And people were like, yeah, I like your ramp design. And all of my support originally came from my local roller skate scene in St. Pete. And I feel like just having that was enough to keep me going, to be like, okay, well, I want to make something else. Well, what if I did this? And so when I lost my job during the pandemic, because I worked in restaurants, I was like, y'all, I fucking don't have money, and this is what I can do. Do you want shirts? Like I can print shirts. And then I feel like that response was so amazing and overwhelming, and like low-key, like really terrifying. I was like shitting my pants every day. And I think because the community is so, it has really beautiful moments of support and like genuinely wanting other people to do well, that like that's when really I feel like it all just started growing and flourishing. And as far as when it comes to like getting into the flow, I don't have flow, I have mania. And so I am like literally, it is psychosis, and I have an idea and I don't say no to it until I know it's bad. And so if you check out Sunshine Skate, you'll see a lot of designs that aren't on there anymore, and hopefully you forgot about them, because you know, a week later I would look at it and I'd be like, oh my God, why did I post that online? That was so stupid. So it's not flow, it's just me trying to give every manic thought that I have a chance to be something. And sometimes it becomes something, sometimes it doesn't.
Thank you for that validation, because it's been a hard thing for me. And I think I also worked in the food industry, and I was a chef. So it was constantly putting my work out there for critique, and mostly negative critique. So I think there's a lot of triggers there too. But you're gonna make me cry. But
rejection sucks.
Like it's beautiful that like you kind of took your mania and used it to move this.
Yeah, because I feel like I get told all the time, like, dude, you just like keep going. Like you're really just like putting it out there. And I'm like, it's not because I want to. It's because I have to. If I don't have that creative expression, or if I don't like try to have a connection online, or, if someone sees a design I make and they're like, whoa, I love this. I'm like, okay, I can live another day. Oh my gosh. Like, it's just constant connection seeking. And sometimes it lands, sometimes it totally doesn't. And I really feel you, like, especially with screen printing too. It's like, there's so much room for error that, like, one thing is messed up, you think like you just don't want to do it ever again. It's a lot.
I do appreciate the fact that you do sell your misprints. So you'll sell your misprints online as well, like and like can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I just I want my brand, or it's even hard to say brand. I want my operation to be as accessible as possible, and times are fucking tough right now. Like, I don't know where everyone's at, and so I never want, if someone wants a shirt of mine, I'm gonna be like, fuck yeah, like have a shirt, like,
You don't see that a lot, that
Yeah.
people sell their misprints. They're like, it has to be perfect, or like, get it out of here. Like, I don't want any shirt with my name, my brand on it, like, out there. That's like not exactly how it's supposed to be. So, that's what I was just trying to ask about the misprints.
Oh,
and stuff
okay.
like that.
Okay.
So like,
I see.
yeah.
Yeah, I think actually what draws a lot of people to my work is that it is a one person operation. A lot of people want to see that a human made the thing that they have, and so misprints are just evidence of my humanness, and a lot of people really fuck with it, and like I do too. I know, like, when I go to a market and I see a very visibly fucked up shirt, I'm like, I want the fucked up shirt, like, because I know exactly how that happened, and it's amazing. And yes, I would love to buy that. So yeah.
And do you take because I know it's a mixture of your photos you take, right? Some of the images. So do you take those photos?
I take a lot of them, not for my Chemical Romance fan art that I'm kind of like doing right now.
The best.
But a lot of the pictures are from like screenshots of videos, or even some of them I've drawn. Here, like this one of my this is my plant that I took a picture of, and this roller skate picture is of me and my best friend Eli. We went on like a skate tour, and this was my favorite picture. It was supposed to be a zine, but then I turned it into a shirt. So most of the pictures, yes, unless it has to do with My Chemical Romance, then
right, like you
didn't Time Bear.
Right, like you didn't take the picture of Tony Hawk, like that wasn't you.
Yeah,
right?
totally, yeah, exactly.
That wasn't you.
Wish I did. If anyone asked legally, yes, I did.
They were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, in 1972.
There we go.
Or however old.
So, is there a favorite design that you have? Or at least one that's like, I mean, I know they're all your children, but like, is there one that's just like keeps you up at night? Like, yeah, I just love this one so much.
This one is, I think, my favorite. It's a poem that I wrote about how I feel about roller skating. It's like the corniest and cheesiest design of mine, but also I just think it just looks like a really cool band t-shirt, and when you read it, you're like, oh yeah, like totally, I feel that. So this is my favorite. Also, the Girls Only Want One Thing, Revenge. Like, yes. Out of all the shirts, that is my best seller. I keep selling that shirt. Like, every week someone buys that shirt, and so it's almost coming up on the year anniversary of that design, and that design is the only reason why I was able to move to LA, is just because it really just fucking blew up on the internet, on TikTok, and so I feel really proud of that design.
Yeah, you do a little something on TikTok.
Yep.
Like you TikTok star.
Yeah, I just found your TikTok. Well, I'm late to TikTok. That's why. Not like I wasn't looking for you. I'm just late to the party.
No, that's good.
I'm like
So
the
you don't have
boomer
brain rot
sending her
yet.
things. I'm like, what?
I'm in denial. I'm like, this isn't addictive, and I'm there for like hours on end. I'm like, oh my God, like, I haven't moved. So, but I've seen. I'm like, oh my goodness, you have like such a huge, great following, and like people support you so much, and just like, we just want to say like congratulations on everything.
Thank you. I really appreciate that because TikTok's a different world, and it took me a while to figure out the algorithm and like how to make it work. And I feel like for the most part, even though you can't predict the algorithm, I feel like I kind of know which videos will get shared, or I feel like I know the tricks. And honestly, TikTok is where I make most of my money. Like Instagram, yes, I would say about 20%, but like 80% it all comes from TikTok. And I just have to post a video every few weeks, and then it's not as I feel like emotionally intoxicating as Instagram is.
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree on that because it kind of shows you what you want to see,
Mm-hmm.
And Instagram's like everything. Here's everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here's a weird brand in China,
Exactly. Here's it all. So speaking of that, it's a dress.
Oh, I love it.
It's a dress. So we saw your video. Hold on, I'm gonna stand up so you can see.
Yes, I love it.
Oh, it was a dress when she got it.
Oh, it's so cute with the little belt. I love it. I love it. It reminds me of like a toga party.
Yes.
Ooh.
It's a dress. So
it's the vibe.
we just saw your video that you posted on TikTok where you had like a weird customer encounter. Do you mind going over what happened? Like,
yeah, totally. Just because I'm like, what the? Sorry if I also curse a lot.
You can curse. This is Gay Sunday. Sweet. You're allowed.
Okay, hell yeah, fuck yeah. So I just like 7 months ago, I had a market with a friend, and it was awesome and cool, except for this guy. He just like walked in with this weird like consuming energy, like when like you're about to interact with someone and they're gonna fuck with you, like they're totally just in it to play with you. They're not actually interested in what you're selling. Well, that was pretty much the whole that was his vibe, and the questions that he was asking, like, why did you do this, like, so what does that mean, and like, is this as easy as it looks? And he also he was being very he had no spatial awareness. He was just everywhere, and really he wanted all the answers. He wanted us to like defend ourselves and like why we did the things that we did. And eventually he like decided on a shirt. He picked it up himself and was like, yes, I saw this shirt with my eyes, and I'm picking it up with my hands, and I would like to purchase this shirt from you that I'm holding, that I looked at, And I was like, okay, great. Let's take care of payment. And then he does the whole like flammy type thing where he like asks you weird questions to distract you and try to get you all chummy and make you flustered. And then he tried to walk out without paying. And then I was like, bro, you have to like go scam Walmart. Don't scam me. I say that all the time. And so eventually got the payment out of him, whatever. And me and my friend Alana, we were just like, oh my, like we needed like a breather. We were holding our breath the entire time. Like, holy shit, that guy just like took everything out of us. Oh my gosh. Like he also had a dog and a kid, and the dog peed in my booth, and then the kid was rolling around in the pee. So it just added a whole other element. Yeah, it was a circus. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad he's gone. And then he like DMs me, and he's like, oh yeah, you sold me a dress, whatever. And I was like, this guy has got to be fucking with me. Like, if he's trying to hit on me, this is like the wrong way to do it, because you never know with guys. I don't know. I think I still have a couple of years left of being like young and desirable. Like, I don't know. So I just totally ignored him. I was like, fuck this guy. Like, he keeps harassing me. Like, no way. And then so cut to like 7 months later, this last weekend, I had a market. And then I just see this big, like, hulking dude in slow motion walk up to my booth. And in my brain, I was like, no, not this guy. Fuck. And so, like, every part of my body is clenched, like, tight butthole. Like, I was just like him. And so he, like, comes up and he's just, like, already kind of having an attitude. He was just like, yeah, so I don't know if you remember me, but like I bought a shirt from you a while ago and I think you sold me a dress. And then that's just, I was like, or no, he was like, I bought a shirt from you and it's just like really big. Like he was put off by the size of it. And I kind of wanted to be like, yeah, bro, did you not look at the shirt that you picked up off the rack? Like, why is that my problem? Like, you know, and also if you wanted an exchange, we could have made this really easy. But so he was just like really putting it on me that he had this big shirt and it was my problem that he had a big shirt. And so I cut him off and I was like, oh yeah, like didn't you think it was a dress? Trying to buy, like, you know, neutralize the situation. And then he was just like, oh, so you saw my DM and you didn't even respond. Like, this is what made him like lean over my table and he's kind of like getting in my face. Mind you, my friends are like in the corner and they're like, what the fuck? And then strangers are like now like looking like what is going on? And they didn't have context, so nobody didn't really say anything. They thought we were friends because I was like, yeah, I thought you were fucking with me. Like, what the fuck? Like, why? Like, you made me and my friends so uncomfortable. And then it just became like this back and forth, back and forth. And then I eventually explained to him, I was like, you know, this is the style of the shirt. It's unisex. Like, you know, if it was a problem, we could have solved it another way. And, you know, I have a new brand of shirts. Like, maybe these won't be a dress. And so he then just started like looking through my stuff and kind of like nagging me and being like, oh, you're like, where's your other stuff? Like, it was so much better. Like, this is good. So anyways, it was a gross situation. I eventually told him, like, I don't make art for you. Read the room, you know, like, I'm sorry you don't like it. A lot of other people do, and that's fine. And so that felt really good because I've, you know, working in service industry, I know, you know, like, we don't get to stand up for ourselves or be like, get the fuck out of my face. Stop fucking with me, you know? And so I just felt like, I was like, yeah, I'm a big guy. I just told this guy off. It was awesome. Like, even though like I wanted to cry, I was like, that was awesome. Holy shit. And like my friends were like, we're so proud of you. And I'm like, I know.
Hell yeah.
So yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
For real.
The audacity.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Gross.
good for you for standing up for yourself and your brand. Like, what, you don't owe that guy nothing. Like, what
exactly?
Like, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done.
So
we're
gross.
done servicing, living for these men.
Seriously, I want peace. I want peace.
Where's like the like most like mind blowing or most like crazy moment or that you see someone with your shirt on or something, like something crazy like that, or wild, or like something that really was like big for you?
So something that was a big like milestone for me was when like Michelle bought a shirt from me and someone sent me a video of them wearing that, and I was like, whoa, that's a big deal, because, you know, if I told myself that 5 years ago that that interaction would have happened, like I would have been like, no fucking way. Like, are you serious? Like, that's so wild. And so I feel like now over time it's becoming a lot of different people too. Like there's this one of my like favorite like Filipino authors, and our author is Bettina, and they're fucking incredible, and they're just so smart and they're so cool, and like they just talk about food in such a really amazing way. And one day they like bought a shirt from me and I was like, oh my god, this is huge, holy shit, like you're my idol, like wow. I've been making your recipes, like. And there was a semi-famous person in my teens. She was in a pretty famous band when Warped Tour was still a thing, like a really big thing. And she bought a shirt from me like last month, and I was like, holy shit, I know where you live.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to say what band? I'm curious.
I don't know. I don't want to weird her out,
understand.
but I know. But I'll send you a DM.
Yeah,
and I think I like, because she's from Florida too. So yeah,
so cool.
But trust me, she's cool.
So what's next for you and Sunshine Skate and Catching Lizard, everything as it all? What's next?
I'm not really sure. Like I think right now I'm really working on refining my process and taking care of my mental health so that I can show up for my business more and better. So I found this amazing resource that does like sliding scale life coaching. And so I'm actually talking to a really cool queer life coach who's going to help me kind of not be so, I guess, I don't want to say disabled, but so like controlled by my mental illness, and help me actually plan for the future, because I live as if I'm going to die next month. I don't actually, it's hard for me to plan things because I'm just like, well, this works now and I'm going to just keep doing this until, something else happens, because none of this was planned. It wasn't my dream to make merch. It wasn't, I didn't plan a year ago that I would move to LA. It's all just things that I kind of intuitively felt and like gravitated towards. And so next steps really are just figuring out what the next steps are.
So I'm gonna ask you a spicy question. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
So you moved from one sunshine state to the other sunshine state, but which one, in your opinion, is the real sunshine state?
Like Florida, for sure. For sure, without a doubt. This is funny because I saw this meme the other day, and it was about this girl was like, yeah, when I like shit talk Florida, like, and then when someone else not from Florida shit talks Florida, and it's just like, what the fuck did you just say to me? What did you say about my mom? Like, are you kidding me? Like, in front of me, like right now, really? So I just think that also, I will say I don't know enough about California, enough about, like, I haven't spent enough time here to really, I guess, even understand a little bit of it. But there's just something about home and something about the roller skating scene in Florida that is just so special. And I feel like that it doesn't get enough attention, and it doesn't, I don't know. I just feel like Florida is seriously, like, the Florida roller skaters are just underdogs, like perpetual underdogs. Like, they bring so much to the table and bring so much passion and like style, and like, and we're from the fucking swamps. Like, people don't know what that's like. Like, skating in Florida is just a whole other thing. So I just think, considering everything, I'll always say like Florida is just like, it's so unique and special.
Would you say that?
Is Florida a feeling?
Is it a feeling?
And if so, what feeling is that?
What?
I quit.
Elaborate on that.
You're canceled. You're canceled. It's a feeling. I don't know. It's like, it's a smell. It's like you step off the plane and you're like, I'm in fucking Florida right now. It feels like I'm in a mouth. Everything smells like the ocean. And like,
I've never heard that.
for real. That's the feeling. The feeling is like mouthiness.
Fucking moist.
It is a huge mouth.
Exactly.
You ever like see a video online now, like a skate video or something? You're like, I know Florida when I see it. Like,
yes, literally today. Literally, I saw my friend shared a video of a blader, and I was like, "That's Fossil Park. Are you kidding me? Like that's my hometown. Like, what?" Yes, definitely.
There was a video somebody shared the other day. I forget who it was, but they had like a private, like huge, crazy ramp like in their backyard. But someone was like, I know Florida when I see it. Whose ramp is this? Expose yourself.
Seriously. You just see a lizard and you're
Yeah.
like, Florida.
You
Yeah,
see the
Florida.
trees, you see the dirt. It's not dirt, it's sand. You're like, what is this? Swamp.
Yeah.
You're like, this. I know her when I see Florida.
Oh yeah. And just the sounds and the way you get catcalled is really different. And it's just, yeah, such a vibe, such a feeling. It activates all the senses, if you will. But not to hate on California. Not to, like I love it here. And it's been really amazing and I feel really lucky. And like, I'm really, I've been so alone and life has been very solitary lately. And I feel like I've really been able to appreciate, a mountain. I'm like, wow, that is so cool. Never seen that before. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man. I just want to thank you for coming on our show again, and for sponsoring us. Like, hello,
thank you
hello.
so much for that.
I got that email and I was like, yes, yes, not even a question.
Yeah,
We're
we
so
love
grateful.
you for that.
Yes, we're so grateful.
I love the whole podcast. Sorry to cut you off, but I think you guys are so amazing, and like your podcast is so different, and you really do such a good job at like captivating an audience and being hilarious, and just like you're so engaging, and I love it. It's just immediately a yes for me. I just think it's so cool.
Thank you. Shout out to Rozy's beautiful work, her film work.
Oh, thank you. But we're a team.
Hell yeah.
Do you have any questions for us?
How's Florida doing? I feel like there are so many, like the communities in Orlando and South Florida and St. Pete and Gainesville. I feel like so much of it has changed and like evolved, and it's been so cool to watch from afar, but I don't know anymore.
I think if you were to make a trip, I'm just saying, if you were to make a trip, I'm just throwing it out there. I think that one, we're all gonna swarm you. One, two, we're gonna be like, whoa, what the handstand, holy shit. Like, holy shit. But I think you will be welcomed with open arms to this wonderful community that, like, I wish you would have seen the raffle, your part for your stuff. People were like, like they were so excited to throw in for the raffle, and like, there's I don't know if you realize how much like your work like impacts our community. Like, it's so
Aww.
We said it on our last episode how like most brands, like it's always like the groovy or the roller skating, like really feminine presenting type of what is it?
Corny.
But it feels really like I get stopped about this shirt all the time. Like, oh, sorry, dress all the time. Dress, respect the dress. I get stopped about this dress all the time. Like, and it's just, if I do feel strong, I do feel like, don't fucking fuck with me, all right?
Seriously.
Like, and it's just for those listening to the podcast, I'm wearing the I don't want to do a backflip shirt with the knife in the hand. And it's just it's really made an impact here, and our community has just exploded, like especially in the park skating scene. Like, I think dance skating or jam skating has always been popping, but like the park scene it's huge. So
there's so many skaters now,
for real. Yeah, and I see like new skate shops and like new Instagrams for different like roller groups, and I'm just like, holy shit, I can't keep up. This is awesome. Like, really cool. Yeah.
So come home.
I really want to. Oh my gosh, like it's been a year and a half, and I talk about it every day. I'm like, I just want to go home. Like, I want to see my like roller skate friends, and because it's the people that you skate with when you were first learning how to skate, that's like a bond that you can never ever break. And so I'm really missing that, like that closeness and tenderness. Like, bro, do you remember when we couldn't even like do that hip? Like, how fucking weird, you know? Like, look at us now, you know? If you couldn't tell, I'm a total softie. Total softie. So I get
I love it.
Oh, us
sentimental.
Too, us too. Yeah. But again, like you're welcome with open arms when you're ready. We'll do the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle for you when you come, and
I'm there.
set up shop and just do the whole thing, and just, or if you just want to come and vacay, like you know where to go.
Hell yeah. I really appreciate that.
Thank you again so much for your time. We're not going to keep you longer. But
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But again,
Thank you
for coming on. So if people want to find you and your shop and just like see your awesome skate skills, like where can they find you?
You can find my prints and apparel at Sunshine Skate on Instagram. Also my website is catchinglizards.net. If you want to see more of my neuroses and other side, then you can find me at Catching Lizards on Instagram. And on TikTok is Catching Lizards too.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. This will end our interview. What a pleasure it was to talk to OE.
So much beautiful insight about the screen printing process for me. I'm taking that and running.
For sure. And just
I needed to hear that.
It's so good to speak to like just authentic, real, genuine people and just good vibe. People with such great vibes. Like,
And what a freaking cutie patootie.
I know. My baby bang inspo. But you know, for real, like I feel like it's just right that we ended the season with them, you know, like ending strong with them, and just like, you know, oh my God, I'm sad. I'm sorry. I'm sad. I'm excited, but I'm sad, and just like, fuck.
So what are you going to do with your time?
I'm going to fucking skate. I'm a fucking handstand fucking mechanism fucking in the ramp. Like, I plan to, you know, definitely kind of figure out what I'm leaning into right now. Like, for a while I thought it was, you know, jam skating, and now I'm leaning more into the park, and that's just like where I've been finding my happiness right now with skating, even though I know those things are still options, but I'm just leaning a lot to the park right now.
Yeah, I get the same way. I like really hyper focus on one type of skating for a long time.
Yeah. And that's okay though.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Hey, your body will tell you what it wants to do.
I'm just excited to have the option. Like, y'all don't understand.
Bless.
Like, we take time to record and then edit, and then like, you know, we work full time, like, you know, so it's gonna be so exciting to have just so much time to fucking skate.
Yes.
That's all the time we have for you today. If you're looking for me, you can find me at Rolling with Rozy.
And if you're looking for me and maybe want to buy a shirt, I don't know, I might post about it. Find me at Hey Shorty with 3 Y's and 2 underscores.
And if you want to find us and also buy a shirt or a sticker or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? You can find us at Skate Sunday. Thanks for listening and watching.
Bye.
Bye.